This time on iRate Garage, we see how badly we screwed up by buying something at night. I know better than this. I know better. So here she is in all her glory. This is a 1985 Bronco. And to be fair, at one point in time, this thing was quite the machine. Power windows, power locks, cruise control, all of which doesn't work now. And what's surprising is actually how good a condition the seats are in. I mean, a little cigarette burns and stuff, but really nice other than that. But truly, this is just a plow truck. And it has lived a plow truck's life. This is the first time I've seen it in the daylight. I will admit I cheated and looked under the hood earlier just to answer some questions. Oh, look at how bent that hitch is. That's when you know you got a power machine, when the hitch is bent. It's a little rusty. I mean, you can hardly even tell. But mainly, we bought it for the plow. It has one of these old school Western cable plows on it, which I prefer. Now, originally this thing was a 351. However, somebody, in their infinite wisdom, has shoved a 302 of some descript and some vintage in it, and I have no idea what it is. It runs like absolute trash. So we're just gonna have to figure it out and straighten it out. Hopefully we can do that today. If this video ends with this truck at my house, then things did not go in accordance to plan. Let's see if she'll even start again for me. See, it does that. It has a choke cable. I don't know if it works. See, it just doesn't quite have it. Homeboy was trying to figure this out, I think. And that's a new wire separator. I haven't seen that one before. It's another one just like it over there. From what I understand, he just got this thing running and that was about it. He did put a new master cylinder and what appears to be new brake lines and hoses. Looks like it has a new power steering pump and new lines to go with it. And yet the truck barely runs. I don't get it. Well, I think maybe I do. If you look down here, the infamous box of doom here, it has melted its guts out. Very common. I actually haven't even seen one that kept running after it did that. So that's a new one for me. I have a new box. Hopefully it's right. I have new plug wires, plugs, and a cap and a rotor. Because the inside of that cap is a disaster as well. But we're going to start easy, and we're going to start here. Because, well, it's easy, and it's already... I don't even remember where this is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be up here somewhere. Isn't it? Isn't it supposed to be right there? And another random cable. This box... Oh, I know now. Duh, it had 2 batteries at one point. That's what it is. Let's swap out this module since it's right here and it's easy. Okay, let's see if we can't swap this guy out here quick. See how these old Ford connectors like to get messed with. It is a balmy 16 today. Ew. Well, oh no, somebody put some form of grease in there. It's white. Ah. Is that plumber's dope? Oh, look here. The wires going into that are broken. Frayed. Ew. I'm just gonna plug that one in. And then plug that one in. I guess since it isn't actually attached, it's a pretty easy repair. I think I'll zip tie it to something in a little bit before I give up on the day. What the hell, we got a wire. Never buy a car at night. Worst buzzers ever. Smooth running machine. It does run, so that means that module is correct. Now the next point of mystery for me is this cap, coil, rotor, and the firing order in general. Because I'm not talking smack on the previous guy. He's a good dude and looks like he works on a lot of stuff, but I don't even know who did this. Maybe the guy we got it from didn't. But what I do see is like this one is marked 1 and it goes here to the driver's side front. That's not correct on a Ford passenger side front. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So I need to confirm the firing order that he has going on here before I get too far along. So looking at the firing order on my phone and looking here, I think the firing order is technically correct. He just numbered the cylinders wrong. And the funny thing is, this one, which he wrote down as 5, it says 1, right? And it comes to the first one right here. So I'm pretty sure the cap is indexed correctly, which is the big thing for me, because now I can just gut everything and start over. And because as long as 1 is correct, we should be golden. It's not my style. I like to do one at a time, but I think we're going to go ahead and just yank and start over. And I'm well aware there are horrors underneath this cap, not the least of which is that it's not very secure. And this thing's got creative engineering all over it. So that's why I'm doing this here and not in the barn where it'll just be in the way. In case I screw up. Again, this isn't my style. Come here, you. If you look inside that cap, the posts are almost melted. It is bizarre what's going on in there. And the rotor is all chewed up and burned up. So that is also really bad. That is not good. I just need to confirm that what I have is correct. One thing you want to check on these Fords is the health of this lower portion of the cap. This one isn't great. I always like to confirm, especially since I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know what this engine's out of. I guess I'll have to try to figure that out. Look how burned up that is. These new ones suck, but it'll be better than that piece of shit. Look at that. I'm suspecting the timing is also off on this. There we go. And there we go. Oh, what are the wires like going to the coil? Shitty. I like it. I also can't take the air cleaner off without disconnecting the choke. That doesn't seem to work. Geniusness. Hey, it has a Motorcraft oil filter. Somebody cared. I did just drop the oil cap because apparently it just sits in the hole. And now it's sitting on the frame rail and I can't get to it. Now this is not my idea of zip tie wire separators. And then I don't know what the hell's going on here. Really, we didn't have confidence in the one zip tie. We had 3 zip ties holding that on there. All right. Well, you know, to each his own, no judgment here. I don't kink shame. What? We also need to look for vacuum leaks real quick. That open port on the bottom of the carb, because I knew what I was getting myself into. I grabbed some vacuum plugs because it would definitely appear that we need them. Before I get too carried away, I'm gonna pull out a spark plug, see what they look like. Grumble, 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 he says. There's a lot of just wires that used to go places that don't go there anymore. Survey says, well, that plug doesn't look all that bad. It's a little oily, but it's clean. It's an Autolite 25. That's what I would expect. That doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna check the gap and then maybe throw the plug wires back on it. That might be good enough. Those plugs look actually kind of new. Now they're between 40 and 45. I think I'm just gonna do the wrong thing and stab these back in. Save the other ones for next time. That heater hose is leaking. Has a pinhole in it right there in front of me. I thought I was gonna put all new plugs in it, but yeah, spark plugs are expensive these days. This truck has a lot of missing vacuum plugs. Good news is the carb leaks. If I had to guess, it's leaking out of the accelerator pump like all these motorcraft carbs do. The good news is the plug wires are cold and not wanting to cooperate. So I got that going for me. All right, so plug wires are on. Not too bad. Well, that's a good sound. Well, it starts. So we didn't cause any more harm, but it does not idle for nothing. This kind of points to a thing I've had a feeling about for a long time, and that is, it doesn't matter how screwed up the ignition system is. I've seldom actually seen it be the sole problem of why something ran like crap. I'm cold. I think it's about lunchtime. So I'm going to do that and pet a puppy, and we'll get back to it. It's fighting me. It runs. It runs on its own. So, vacuum line. Big vacuum line at the base of the carb. This guy went nowhere. I've never heard this truck run smoothly. It runs smooth. It's crazy. And the exhaust isn't nearly as pungent. I bet it's running rich, though. I do have the choke on, but hell yeah. Now we're talking. Leaks oil like a son of a bitch. But other than that, turn the choke off and see how she runs. This is some interesting engineering, this choke. See if it actually worked. See how it's just kind of wrapped around the linkage there through the valve, through the air cleaner. Genius engineering right there. I'm stoked. I have yet to actually hear this thing run on its own without loping and choking on itself. It's a good thing this truck was legit like half a mile down the road, because otherwise it wouldn't have made it. That's awesome. Fortunately, the tech has quit working. Oh, she sounds rowdy. That buzzer sucks. Idle seems a bit high, but I think we'll worry about that in a little bit after lunch. I never went inside. I just started looking for vacuum leaks, and then I found that one at the base of the carb. Oh, it didn't diesel. So there's this damn port right here. Just terrible. Just that little line going nowhere. And then the PVC line came in, but didn't actually seal up. So I plugged it on the carb, and I plugged that line there too. And I think we're good to go. See if it'll start again without getting pumped to death. Oh. Well, I might have different problems. Two-hand operation. Works for me. Well, it's been a little bit here, and I've done just a little more tinkering with this here Bronco. Now, one thing that came up is this thing used to have AC. Like I said, this was a very nicely optioned out truck when it was new. Now, I don't see like a traditional idle mixture screw on this thing, or not an idle mixture screw, but an idle speed screw on this thing to adjust the transfer slots. I'm gonna have to do a little poking around. This thing is cobbled together, so who knows what anything actually is. It probably just needs like a 2-barrel Holly on it or something. And I still have to do some wire separators, and I'm gonna swap out the battery real quick here too, and then we're gonna try it out for plowing, because we actually haven't even done that. I did like 2 passes at the dude's house, and this thing barely ran. Like it wouldn't run in gear. It will now. The brakes are imaginary, so you just gotta think real hard and it might stop. Well, let's get to it. Wrap this thing up because it's getting late. Well, it's like 2:30, but I'm cold and I want to be home. Now, if you are a man of culture, you already know about the zip tie wire separator. However, if you do not know about it, it's never too late to learn. What you do is you put one zip tie around everything, and then you put subsequent zip ties between the wires here. I don't like how tight that is to the oil fill, but you know, sometimes you gotta piss with the cock you got, as the man would say. And then take, very gently, find a good spot for them, and then tighten up. And if you're a pro, you will set these up so that the tails go down like so. One thing that's concerning is how I always just see wires unplugged and just hanging. All the stories this truck could probably tell me. Das Bronco. And then the tails, you take and you just cut them off with flush cut pliers. They don't have to be tight, really. You want flush cuts, otherwise that thing will cut you. Nothing worse than a zip tie that hasn't been cut with a pair of flush cuts. There you go. Just enough to keep them off each other. I think I'm just going to shove that like that and deal with it next time I'm in here. Because believe me, there will indeed be a next time. Boy, I don't like the way that's ran at all. Reroute that. Oh, yeah. Like so. A lot of times on something like this, I don't care about the tidiness of my zip tie separators. Like that, where I just sent that one in the other direction. David Freiberger would be displeased with that performance. Maybe not my best, but you know what? Better than zip ties through heater hoses or whatever the hell was going on in here before. I think I will just throw one zip tie through here loosely, because I don't like the way that rubs on everything else. This kind of has the look of something I don't want to mess with all that much. I want to redo all of this because none of this looks good. In fact, I'm not even sure where the ground for the plow goes. Oh, the plow grounds to the engine. Maybe I will be bringing this truck home. My mom got this so I don't have to drive my plow truck back and forth every time it snows 2 inches. That's a nice battery hold down. Eventually I will be bringing it home, and I'm going to straighten out a lot of this nasty bowl that's going on in here. And I think the guy we got it from just kind of gave up on it. I mean, he had cool shit, cool trucks and stuff, so I think he's a wrench, but maybe more diesels, and I don't know. This wiring is interesting. That is like cotton or fabric. That is less than confidence inspiring. What did I do with that negative cable? There it is. Oh no! Now the clock's reset. I like that vacuum leak solution. That is a snap and a vacuum plug. It worked, I guess, sort of, kind of. Buzzer works. Just like downtown. Whatever the hell that means. Well, now I'm going to put my mess away, because between shooting a video and working on this, I made a mess. Let this run. We might try some plowing with it. This thing makes all the sounds. This is so different than my truck. Way different. Not bad though. Cables need to be adjusted for the plow. It won't turn with the plow up, but if I put the plow down, it'll turn. See, the brake light's on. That way you know you have them. Where's that plow up? Yeah, that throttle feels really funky. And then I can actually feel the floor shifting under my feet. But you know what? Not too bad, actually. Yeah, I can feel the floor shifting under my feet as we're moving along on the unevenness. Should be enough to get us by. I'll bring it home and do some more to it. See, now the plow moves, but it doesn't move when you have it in the air. Kind of a bummer. There we go. Well, this thing is actually running pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, I think I'm gonna put the camera down and finish what I'm doing. Well, there we go, guys. You know what? This little guy does just fine. Now I will admit, you can feel the wheels, or you can feel the floor shifting underneath you a little bit as you're going along. Again, I can't imagine the rust isn't that bad. And the brakes are a little hit and miss. I think they just need blood, but we'll find out later. And you will find out later in a future episode of Irate Garage. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. I think this is the beginning of a long and treacherous relationship.